just wondering why you're filming the police station.
Just out of interest.
Just out of interest. What's
I'm a journalist,
okay.
so I'm gathering footage for a story.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that. That's fine. I'm not making an issue of it. Obviously, can you just uncover your face for me so I can see you on my camera? I'm 2 metres away. That's absolutely fine.
Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today, I've come all the way back down to Portsmouth. Annoyingly, just around the corner from where I've already done 2 videos. Not knowing the area, I didn't know this place was here. But some of you might recognise it from Panaki News. He's done a couple of videos here. But ultimately, at least 7 or 8 of you have mentioned this place. So I thought I would oblige and come down here. So yeah, it's one of these brand new kind of investigation centres that they build. So I think what's kind of happened here, as with a lot of other places, is they've shut down a lot of the local stations, moved all the PCSOs and everyone into town halls, council buildings, and then all kind of the real police, if you like, investigators and things, all work out of main buildings. It's got a beep and a wave from someone. Yeah, I mean, we've got some police having a bit of a...
We're at a modern investigation centre, one of those new builds that has replaced the local high street stations. As usual, the mere presence of a camera has already drawn an audience. You can see staff watching from the upper windows, clearly unsettled by a lens being pointed at a public building. It's the standard opening act. The mundane act of filming is instantly recast as something suspicious, setting the stage for the inevitable chat from someone inside.
A vape break. Yeah. So let's see if we can get any good footage here. We've already got an audience, very much like in one of Panaki's videos. They're watching from the top. Up there, I don't know if you can see them. We'll cross over and see if we can get a good shot. Got a van coming up here, look.
Here we go. The officer arrives and immediately focuses on the face covering. It's a recurring theme, the demand to see a birth face in a public space where there is no legal requirement to show it. The auditor's response is perfect, staying 2 meters away and citing the law. If you aren't obliged to show your face by law, doing so just to make an officer happy is a dangerous precedent to set.
Alright, thank you.
I'm just wondering why you're filming the police station.
Just Out of interest.
Just out of interest. What's
I'm a
interest?
I'm a journalist,
Okay.
so I'm gathering footage for a story.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that. That's fine. I'm not making an issue of it. Obviously, can you just uncover your face for me so I can see you on my camera? I'm 2 metres away. That's absolutely fine.
I'd rather not, because I'm not obliged to by law.
Okay, the problem is that with somebody with a face covering, and I appreciate that we have the COVID situation now,
Yep.
okay, you are outdoors, you don't have to wear a face covering outdoors, and the problem is you are filming a police station, which is obviously a building which is sensitive. There is nothing to say you can't film it,
Yep.
but for my own purposes, do you have any identification with you?
No,
You don't have any idea. What's your name, please, then, sir?
I don't need to give you that.
Okay.
You have to understand that if I don't have to provide something, I'm not being difficult on purpose.
No, I'm
It's
not
just
either, but I'm
if-
making perfectly valid questions about what you're doing.
From your point of view, I can see that, but I only work within the parameters of the law,
Okay.
which I'm sure. I mean, I've got all the legislation in my pocket.
Okay. And for what organisation are you filming?
Notice the shift in tactics. Since the mask argument isn't working, the officer pivots to questioning the organisation and the destination of the footage. It's a fishing expedition. The auditor remains vague, which is his right as an independent journalist. When an officer claims they only work within the premises of the law, but then continues to ask questions they have no power to demand answers for, you start to see the gap between their training and their ego.
Said you're a journalist.
So I'm an independent journalist.
Okay. And where will this footage be going?
Depends.
Pardon?
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you are filming outside a police station.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear a face mask. There is no legal obligation on you to wear a face mask. And because you are filming outside a police station, there are obviously sensitivities around that. If you don't mind, just remove your face mask. I don't have mine on. Okay.
Yeah.
It's on your camera. You're on my camera, and then I've got your face on my camera, and everybody's happy. All right.
Yeah. I won't be happy
Why not?
because I don't have to do it by law.
Okay.
It's-
So
it's-
that's fine. Okay.
Not only.
What's your name, please?
Not only am I an independent journalist, but I'm actually an activist for human rights.
Right. Okay.
And under the article,
I'm an activist for human rights too, as well, my friend. I promise
but
you that.
under Article 8 of the Human Rights,
Sorry, I can't hear you because you.
under Article 8 of the Human Rights Act,
Yeah.
I've got a right to privacy,
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
and unless I've committed a criminal offence, that's not to be
Appreciate that.
breached.
But as you're probably aware, our security state has gone high because
Yep.
of a certain recent security situation with terrorism and things like that.
Yeah,
So we're obviously a little bit cagey about people filming the police station with their faces covered.
Yep.
Okay, it is a secure building. Okay, there are people working in there on sensitive and secure stuff.
Yep.
People use cameras to reconnoitre such places. So I'm not asking if you have your name. If you don't want to give me your name, that's fine. But you can't. I'd like you to uncover your face, please, just so that I can at least record your face, so that we can.
No.
If we need to come and speak to you again.
The officer now tries to buddy up by claiming he's a human rights activist too. It's a common de-escalation technique designed to lower the auditor's guard. But watch how he immediately follows it with Article 8 and right to privacy. He's trying to claim a public building has a right to privacy from the pavement. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the Human Rights Act, used here as a tool to discourage filming rather than to protect actual rights.
I mean, if I did that, then I would get all sorts of slack online.
But it does. My footage doesn't go online, you see.
Yeah, I know, but
So
from
it
the
doesn't
point
make
of
it
view, what it is it's also called the PANAC movement. So another branch, kind of, as you will, for rights is our civil rights. So photography is not a crime.
No, said it is.
And I've got a letter here from Andrew Trotter.
I don't know who he is.
He was the chief of the College of Policing, and he sent out guidance to.
Would you excuse me a minute? My radio's just going. Hello, go ahead.
I'll get him the letter.
Yeah, no, I'll just speak to him.
We'll show him the letter and then see what he makes of it.
Sorry, say again. No, I haven't been able to because obviously I was driving. I'm never going to detain you. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just asking who you are.
And there it is, the terrorism card. It's the ultimate fallback when all other arguments fail. The officer suggests that because the security state is high, a face covering and a camera equal hostile reconnaissance. It's a massive leap in logic. The auditor's defense is solid. A camera is not a weapon, and filming from a public road is not a crime, regardless of what sensitive stuff might be happening behind those brick walls. Because coming up, an officer's radio interruption reveals the internal pressure to identify the person filming, and we see a breakdown of the law regarding face coverings that most officers seem to conveniently forget when the cameras are rolling.
Good.
All right, that's what I'm doing, as it says on here.
I mean,
right, listen, let me explain something. I am absolutely down with the human rights and all of that side of things. Part of what we have to do, thank you very much for that, part of what we have to do is uphold people's human rights, and I'm not for 1 second challenging you to stop you from filming out here, okay? That's not the issue, all right? My concern is at a time of heightened security concerns around terrorism, okay, people with cameras hanging around outside high security buildings like police stations, filming them, okay, with their faces covered. That's the issue, all right? I'm not doing my job properly if I don't come and talk to you.
Right,
all right?
So would you ask a Muslim to remove their face?
It doesn't matter who you are.
So,
if that is going to be the issue, no, it doesn't make any difference who you are. Yes, I'd ask anybody to ask their face covering, to remove their face covering.
So we're just going to stop this here, because if he did ask a Muslim or a non-Muslim to remove a face covering or a veil, he would not only be breaching Article 8 of the Human Rights Act, but face coverings can only be removed by force under Section 60AA of the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act 1994, and this can only be done if they genuinely believe that you are concealing your identity on purpose.
Okay, doesn't matter. I don't know whether you're Muslim, Christian, atheist, whatever. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you're wearing a face mask filming in front of the police station. Okay. Now I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm not arresting you because it's not. You're right. It's not an offence to record people. Okay. Yeah, I know that this footage, hello YouTube, is probably going to end up on YouTube later on.
It probably will,
okay.
Unless you commit a criminal offence, and then it won't.
Unless I commit a criminal offence. What criminal offence am I going to commit?
The officer's radio goes off, and you can practically hear the instructions from the control room. They want a name. The auditor remains firm. "I'm just asking who you are," says the officer, as if it's a casual request between friends. But in this context, there's no such thing as a casual request. Every question is designed to build a profile. Staying silent on your identity isn't being difficult. It's exercising a right that the officer is clearly trying to bypass.
Well, if we look at PC Crow from Gosport, who arrested me He arrested me under Section 44 of the Terrorism Act 2000.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, yeah.
So are you aware that that was repealed in 2010 due to police misuse?
Right, okay. I wasn't aware of that, although
there we go.
It's not a piece of legislation I've used
you now
in the
can't,
last 15 years. So.
You now can't use that, but 10 years after it was repealed for abuse, I was arrested for it, just for doing this.
All right, that's fine. Okay, just be aware, we're obviously aware that you are here.
Yep.
Okay, that's me doing my job, all right?
Yep.
If you've been arrested for it recently, well, that wasn't me, it's nothing to do with me, okay?
Yep.
Police officers make their decisions based on their own knowledge, okay?
Yep.
All right? Legislation gets repealed all the time, all right?
Yep.
So, unfortunately, these things are as they are, all right? Just for you to be aware that we are aware you are here, and for you to be aware of the sensitivities around filming police stations. I know you're trying to provoke a bit of a reaction out of us.
Not at all.
Okay, that is kind of what you're doing, because that's what happens, all right? You've got the reaction.
But
so, as I say, hi YouTube. Thank you very much for your time. I've got a job
I'm sure
to do
you've
now.
watched
Okay.
other. Right.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm sure you've watched other channels where they do that.
No,
but
I'm not there. I don't find them very interesting, to be honest, because they're just filming me doing my job.
Obviously, you've heard of them though. I'm not one of those. My channel is completely calm. I just go about filming. If something happens, it happens. I never provoke a reaction. Have I provoked or been rude to you?
No, you've not. No. But your presence is a provocation in itself.
This is a vital legal point regarding the removal of face coverings. The officer claims he'd ask anyone to remove one, but as the auditor correctly points out later, the powers to force that removal are very specific. Section 60A. Unless there is a genuine belief that you are concealing your identity to commit a crime, they have no power to demand it. The officer's equal opportunity argument is just a way to mask an unlawful demand.
Not an antagonistic one or anything like that, but your presence will provoke a reaction eventually, okay? It will provoke a police officer to walk over and go, hello, what are you doing?
Yeah,
all right?
not all
I'm
the time.
not doing my job, but just try, that's all right, carry on, all right? People will film police stations to try and work out how to get in, so that they can go back later on and review the footage and go, oh, there's a weakness, there's a way in. and then they're into a police station with a booby trap.
A booby trap. Oh dear. Does he think he's in Indiana Jones or something? Anyway, sorry.
A knife, a gun, a bomb. I don't know. And until I've spoken to you, how on earth can I know that you're not doing that?
Fair enough, but that's never happened.
I don't know that.
Outside of the IRA, that's never happened.
Before 2001, nobody had ever flown an aircraft into a tall building deliberately. All right? I don't know.
Yeah.
And if I don't challenge it, how on earth am I possibly doing my job properly?
Yeah, and I'm not moaning at you for challenging it. It's fair enough.
All right. Anyway, I've got to go and book somebody in, so you take care of yourself, all right?
Cool. All right, cool.
22006 on my back as well. Cheers, mate.
All right, thank you. Yeah, just to clarify, I did not remove my face covering or provide ID. The letter from Andrew Trotter.
The conversation turns to previous arrests, and the auditor brings up Section 44 of the Terrorism Act. This is a brilliant move. He points out that the very law used to arrest him previously was repealed over a decade ago due to police misuse. The officer's reaction is telling. He dismisses it as legislation gets repealed all the time. It's a terrifyingly casual attitude toward the laws that govern their power. If they don't know which laws are still active, they shouldn't be making arrests.
Did its job. Had no interest in talking to me after that. So yeah, we'll just walk around, get a few more shots, and then we'll be off.
The officer finally admits he knows the footage is likely for social media, yet he still tries to frame the auditor's presence as provoking a reaction. It's the ultimate deflection. If a calm man with a camera on a pavement is provoking, then the issue lies with the officer's lack of composure, not the auditor's actions. They are aware he is there, but more importantly, they are aware they have no legal grounds to stop him.
Alright guys, well, there we have it. Portsmouth Eastern Investigation Centre. That is not a huge fail, but not really a pass. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel. The biggest way you can support the channel is by watching the videos and liking them. So yeah, thanks for watching.
As we leave this new investigation centre, three things are abundantly clear. First, the terrorism narrative is still being used as a catch-all to justify the harassment of photographers. Second, the demand to see a birth face is a power play, not a legal requirement. And third, the fact that officers are unaware of repealed legislation like Section 44 shows why these audits are so necessary. If you've seen this kind of uninformed enforcement in your area, tell us in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives into the reality of modern policing. This video is educational, not legal advice. Always check local laws. Peace out.